This News Update is brought to you by...
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
This is the 6 p.m. Barbados Today update for Friday, May the 9th, 2014. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. A hike in water rates is in the pipeline. According to Acting General Manager of the Barbados Water Authority, Dr. John Mwanza, that's because the company will soon have to spend more money to supply fresh water as current resources continue to dwindle. Dr. Mwanza says as climate change begins to hit home even more, the demand for water at both the domestic and commercial level will rise. He says this means the island will have to invest more in desalination and generate recycled wastewater for plants and golf courses, and as a result, consumers will have to share the costs.
The current water rate cannot meet the requirements for all the expansion work that the Water Authority has to put in. So when we start putting in these additional work, we can expect that at some point we will also have to adjust our tariffs in order for us to be able to pay back those loans.
General Manager of the National Conservation Commission, Keith Neblett, emerges from talks with Environment Minister Dr. Dennis Law, tight-lipped about the next move on controversial layoffs. Unions representing 200 workers sent home last week accused the entity of not following the agreed process for dismissals. Neblett was mum on details of the discussions. He would only say that the process is continuing.
We just had a meeting with the minister. I mean, the whole process is ongoing, and certainly we will speak to the appropriate people in terms of the next step.
The next step, they can't
I told I will speak to the appropriate people.
Okay. Then.
But it's an ongoing process. You know, it isn't that we need every minute to be in the media. I know the unions have been speaking to the media, but it's an ongoing process, and we will certainly advise those persons of the next step.
Early reports that this year's sugar crop is somewhat off target. General Manager of the Barbados Agricultural Management Company, Leslie Paris, tells Barbados Today while they are still expecting to reap 188,000 tons of cane, sugar yields may fall short. He notes that harvesting, which was expected to end by June, will now run into mid-July. And he says the final output will depend on the weather and the quality of the juice in the cane.
To date, the factory has ground 77,324,000 tons of cane, and we have produced 6,461,000 tons of sugar. Now that puts us approximately 41% of the way there, and we're hoping by next week to be 50% of the way in terms of our original projections of 188,000 tons. Because we had originally projected approximately 18,000 tons plus. However, we may be slightly short of that, depending, as I said, on the quality of cane that we receive.
To sports now, Sammy is out, Ramden is in. The West Indies selectors have ended Darren Sammy's 4 years as captain and appointed wicketkeeper batsman Danish Ramden for the upcoming New Zealand series. In its official announcement, the WICB congratulated Ramden on his appointment while it expressed gratitude to Sammy for his time at the helm. Sammy remains captain of the T20 team. In reaction, Ramden says it's an honor but humbling to be named captain of the West Indies Test team. The 29-year-old has played 56 tests, 109 one-day internationals, and 46 T20s.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
To the region now, a Jamaican homosexual gets the nod from the Caribbean Court of Justice to start legal proceedings against the Trinidad and Tobago and Belize governments. Maurice Tomlinson claims the immigration acts of the two CARICOM member states prohibit the entry of homosexual persons and therefore violates his right to free movement under the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. The CCJ ruled there is an arguable case that the mere existence of the legislative provisions in question amounts to prejudice, as demonstrated by the jurisprudence of the European Court of Human Rights and the UN Human Rights Committee. The CCJ also held that the interest of justice requires that leave be granted because the issues raised in the proceedings involve significant aspects of community law, namely the relationship between domestic law and the obligations under the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. Tomlinson now has 7 days to file his application before the CCJ. On the international scene, at least 2 people were killed and more than 40 others injured in a series of earthquakes in southern Pakistan today. 3 quakes ranging in magnitude from 4.3 to 4.6 struck a few kilometers from the city of Nawabshah, where more than 1 million people live. The quake damaged homes, causing roofs to collapse and disrupted electricity. That's been the 6 p.m. Barbados Today update. Join us again on Monday at 7 a.m. Until then, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and like us on Facebook to get more news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a great weekend.
This news update is brought to you by
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.